Hello, my loves. Hi, my darlings. How are you guys doing today? Hello, hello. You're here. I know the live is a lot later than I said it was going to be, but I had no mods. I had no mods, you guys. So I had to wait. Okay, so let's start a story. Am I the asshole for banning my parents from babysitting after they let my indoor cat outside and it died? No, I wouldn't let them go pick up my order from McDonald's. Cause what the fuck? How y'all let the indoor cat outside? You had one job. Keep the motherfucker in the house. I asked my parents to watch my cat while I was out of town. I specifically told them she's an indoor cat. Like, I emphasized this multiple times because I know they're the type who think animals need freedom or whatever. I even left detailed instructions and made sure the house was cat-proof before leaving. Like I said, I wouldn't have them pick up my fucking order from a restaurant. Because y'all clearly don't fucking listen well. Well, turns out they decided that she deserved some fresh air and they let her out. They did that on purpose. I got a call later that day. She was hit by a car. She's gone, and now I'm heartbroken. When I confronted them, they were just like, it was an accident. We didn't think she'd run off. I told them I don't trust them to babysit my future kids because clearly they can't follow simple instructions. Now they're saying that I'm being dramatic and overreacting because it's not the same as a child. I get that it wasn't intentional, but I feel like this whole thing could have been avoided if they had just listened to me. Am I the asshole? Absolutely not. And no, it's not the same as a child. It's fucking worse. It's fucking worse. It's like you guys auditioned to see if you could handle taking care of something that I have to leave you explicit instructions for and following the instructions to the letter. And you bitches failed. Hands down, failed so hard you couldn't have failed harder if you fucking tried. You failed. And now you're mad because I'm not going to let you watch my kids. What if I tell you little Junior over here is allergic to peanut butter, but because you've never seen him have a fucking reaction, you going to give him fucking peanut butter. Then I'm going to get a call. Hey, he's gone. But we didn't think it was that big of a deal because we'd never seen him have a reaction. Absolutely not. You would never. No, hell no. Never. You'd never be around my fucking kids. Honestly, I don't want you around me because you might put something in my motherfucking food that I'm allergic to that you know that I'm allergic to. Hell no. Nope. Like you basically auditioned to see if you were trustworthy and fucking failed. Nope. Nah, baby, you're not wrong. You're not the asshole. I am so sorry. I would be devastated. And the way I wouldn't have parents no more. Like, I know y'all think I'm quick to cut people off, but I feel like we're all adults here. I asked you to do one fucking thing and you couldn't fucking do it. So why am I going to keep you around if you clearly do not respect me and you're not going to listen to me? How you not going to listen to the instructions that I left you for my animal? My animal. How the fuck you going to decide on your own that my cat deserves to get some fucking fresh air when she's strictly kept inside? Nope. I wouldn't have no fucking parents. You had one fucking job, bitch. One job. No, you're fired. Keep the cat inside. And if it's an indoor cat and the house was cat-proof, you know they put her outside. The house was cat-proof, meaning she couldn't have got outside by herself. They put her there. A decision was made. A choice was made. They fucked up on purpose. Hell no. Nope. This is why I've got two people with the exception of my mom as a third when she's in town that watch my baby. It's another reason why Indy goes everywhere with me. I paid too fucking much and I love my dog to the end of this fucking earth to leave her with someone so they could accidentally do something to my baby. Nope. And that just makes it even more fucked up. They didn't like the cat in a house that's not fucking theirs. I don't give a fuck how you feel about my animal. If you didn't want to watch it, you should have said no. Like, how you not gonna like something and then choose to do something on your own and then be upset when someone fucking reacts to it? Like, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Insane. I hate people so much. That's why I stay in my house and I don't let nobody come around. Because people get on my nerves. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's girlfriend to leave if she didn't like my cooking? No, you can get the fuck out. Not if I'm cooking for you for free. My brother recently introduced his girlfriend to the family. She was very nice when we first met, and I immediately invited them for dinner the week after. A little bit of background. My brother and I were born here in the US, but we grew up in France until I came back for college. So for the majority of my life, I grew up eating French cuisine. So that's what I made for this dinner. I made roast chicken with garlic cloves, fresh rosemary, and some herb de Provence? I don't know. And salt and pepper. I also made, look, I don't fucking know. Something to start with a T. Tartiflette. Girl, child, they made some of that. Start with a T. Mainly for the kids. Ratatouille and a salad. Since they came over for dinner on January 6th, I also made some other shit and ice cream. I'm not trying to be rude, but I can't pronounce it, and I don't want to butcher it any more than I already have. She made some shit. Girl was in the kitchen throwing down. Just put it that way. She was in the kitchen doing the damn thing with the French cuisine. Shit. Ice cream and a couple bottles of French wine. I thought it would be fun to make her food that we grew up on. And honestly, it's the kind of food that I'm good at. So I didn't want a chance messing anything up. An hour before said dinner, my brother texted me and asked if it would be okay to bring along his girlfriend's mom because she was in town visiting. I said, of course, the more the merrier. They arrived and we started eating. His girlfriend was very different around her mom. They both kept saying, what are these potatoes? They need more seasoning. Your chicken looks like it needs more seasoning. Salt and pepper aren't seasoning. Y'all can fucking leave. You don't go to somebody's house and then critique their fucking cooking. You can fucking leave or eat a goddamn salad and some ice cream. When I explained that it was my French grandmother's recipe and it has aromatics in it for flavor, they said it wasn't enough and that white people don't know how to properly season their food. So was she black? Kick her the fuck out. Because the bitch is disrespectful as fuck. And I highly disagree with that. White people do season their food for their taste. Like, I don't know why that's always been a big ass debate. As long as you're eating that bland ass shit, baby, that's what you like. You season your food the way you like it. Us over here, we heavy handed as fuck. I shake that little container until I hear my ancestors go, that's enough, my child. It just depends on your fucking taste buds. Like, are you kidding me? They're disrespectful as fuck. They can leave. They can fucking leave. The whole time, my husband and my brother were internally panicking because they knew I poured my heart into this. My 8-year-old son was going, this is my favorite, Mom. It's very good. I was about to burst into tears. Your baby was trying to save you. Even the 8-year-old picked up on it. That's fucking terrible. Then dessert came. They both refused the cake because it had almonds in it. They said they were gonna have the ice cream, and of course, I only had vanilla. So I kind of blew up on them, called them ignorant and uncultured, held the door open until they got their stuff and left. My brother later called to apologize, but also said he can shut the fuck up. I don't know what the fuck he said, but the but is where the conversation should have fucking stopped. He said I shouldn't have called them names and insulted them. The girlfriend texted me and said she didn't mean any harm and she was just playing around because her mom likes to play around and is old fashioned. Fuck everybody. No. Absolutely not. Bullshit. Fuck all of that. She said her mom was playing around because she's old-fashioned about food, but I don't think I believe that, and I told her so. I told her she's welcome to date my brother because I don't meddle with his relationships, but she's not welcome in my house again. I don't know if I could ever be open to having them in my house after that. I'm so proud of my food and what it meant to me, only for it to be disrespected like that. After am I the asshole for kicking them out? My brother said his girlfriend felt really bad and wanted to make it up to me, and that I shouldn't have kicked them out like that, and that I overreacted. Did I overreact? Absolutely not. They were very rude and completely disrespectful. And you know what? And that's coming from someone who considers themselves a pretty picky eater. I'm not going to go to someone's house, and if I eat your food and I don't like it, you know what I'm going to do? Stop fucking eating it. I'm just not going to eat it. I'm going to eat what the fuck I can deal with on the plate and go on about the goddamn night. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. It's like people don't experience not liking shit at all ever in their fucking life. OP underreacted to me because they wouldn't have gotten past the first comment. Your food isn't seasoned enough. Well, unfortunately for you, I cooked every fucking thing here tonight. And if you don't like this, you ain't gonna like nothing else. So maybe we should cut the evening short. Good day. Would have put them the fuck out immediately. Immediately. Well, I cooked everything. So I mean, y'all ain't gonna like nothing else? I think y'all should leave. Like, she underreacted to me. Like, exactly. The food you love is at your fucking house. Nibble on the shit that's here. Go home. Stop and get something to eat on the way home. Or go home and fucking fix yourself something to eat. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal. Like, that's fucking crazy. That's the thing that I've, like you said, as a picky eater, you've been raised to be polite about it. And that's the thing that fucking drives me crazy is people are losing their fucking manners. They are losing their fucking manners. You feel just because you don't like something, you have the right to be disrespectful about it to the people that do like it. That shit is insane to me. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend she was the perpetrator and not the victim in her trauma? My 25 female girlfriend, 24 female, and I have been dating for about a year. I'll call her Casey here. We've been living together for about 2 months. A few hours ago, Casey approached me saying that she wanted to talk about something serious. At first, I didn't know what to expect, but she wanted to share something traumatic that happened to her before we met. She asked if I would be willing to listen. I said yes, of course. And I'd be willing to listen if she'd be willing to share. She hesitated for a second, like she wasn't sure about telling me. But then she gave me the full story. What happened was when she was a university student, she had a crush on a pizza guy. He worked at a small shop near her apartment and would often deliver to her. She wanted to ask him out, but she wasn't sure how. So she consulted her friends. Her friend group talked it over, and then one brought up the suggestion of answering the door in lingerie. Bitch, this is how you know they was in college, because that's some shit that only happened in those stage porn movies. The others jumped onto the idea quickly, and while Casey had doubts, they quickly convinced her to try it. They apparently even went shopping for lingerie together. She put on some makeup, did her hair, and ordered a pizza. When the guy came, she did exactly as her friend suggested. She opened the door in skimpy lingerie. The guy initially didn't address it, but Casey desperately pushed the topic. She asked him, "What do you think about my outfit?" He responded, "Dude, please don't do that," and then left. At this point in the story, Casey was near tears. She told me how embarrassed and sick she felt. That's the trauma? I've been on Reddit too fucking long because I was expecting this to go a completely different way. Like, bro pushed, barged his way into the room or into the house and like shit went down. Like, that's the trauma? Bitch, you were the bad guy. I almost expected more from the story, but she was finished. And I said, you do realize that you weren't the victim, but the perpetrator, right? She literally recoiled at this comment. She elaborated by blaming everybody else, her friends for tricking her, society in general, and even the pizza guy that she sexually harassed. To this, I responded that she's like those guys who touch themselves in hotels, intentionally getting the maids to walk in on them. She insisted that it was completely different. No, ma'am, it's just like that. A full-blown argument ensued. She finished the argument with, "I came to you to feel better, and now I feel worse," and stormed away. That's your problem. You wanted me to make you feel better about being the bad guy in someone else's fucking trauma. Ma'am, you're traumatized because somebody did not want you. Bitch, you should feel fucking worse. I don't know. I feel so disgusted with her right now. Was I the asshole for my comments when she felt vulnerable? No. I want to know what about this made her vulnerable. I don't understand. You are out of line to open the door to a fucking random stranger wearing close to nothing. You were fucking wrong. You were fucking wrong to push it when bro did not comment on it. You were fucking wrong. When somebody tells you that you were fucking wrong, instead of even bothering to listen to what they're saying, you immediately start blaming everybody else. What the fuck does society have to do with the fact that you chose to do this? Went shopping, put on the outfit, did your hair, did your makeup, answered the door, and then asked him how he felt about it. What the fuck does society have to do with that? Bitch, you were trying to turn corn into a reality and it didn't work. It didn't work out for you. Am I the asshole for wanting to call off my wedding because my fiance's stepmother keeps insisting that we're siblings? If there's ever a reason, thank you. Thank you so much. If there's ever a reason to call off a wedding, being siblings with your fiance might be the one that's pretty up there on the list. It's kind of important. So I, 23 female, am engaged to my fiance Daniel, 24 male. He's the son of a very wealthy businessman. And to be honest, I come from a much more humble background. We met a few years ago at a mutual friends party and we hit it off immediately. We have a ton in common. We have the same sense of humor, similar values, and we're both super family oriented. And we have the same weird taste in music. We even share similar quirks and habits that make us seem like we've known each other forever. Basically, we just click. Here's where the problem starts. Daniel's father remarried a few years ago to a woman named Valerie. She's in her mid-40s and, well, let's just say she's not the nicest person. She's always been kind of cold to me, but I didn't think much of it. A little passive-aggressive here and there, but nothing crazy. However, over the last few months, things have started to get out of hand. Valerie started making these strange comments, usually when we're alone or in private settings. She started implying that Daniel and I are too close for fiancés. Ma'am, his fish literally goes swimming in my pond. How much closer can we get? You guys are too close to be fiancés. I sleep in a bed with him naked. How close? That's strange. That's not strange at all. That's fucking crazy. The first time she said it, I laughed it off, thinking it was some weird joke. But then it kept happening. She started pushing the idea that Daniel and I are not just fiance and fiance, but rather brother and sister. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You don't get together first and then say, you guys are too close. You act like siblings. Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you. That's not how that fucking works. She said it was in some kind of spiritual or emotional sense. She kept saying things like, it's just like the way real siblings can talk for hours about nothing. Or, you two look so much alike. I'm surprised you haven't figured out you're actually related. So basically, Valerie does not love her husband if she thinks that two people in love, being close, makes them siblings. Well, we know that who's the gold digger in the relationship. We know why Valerie married her husband. I thought she was just being bizarre, but it kept escalating. At one point, she showed up at one of our family gatherings with his family tree that supposedly proves that Daniel and I could be distant cousins. And if they're distant cousins, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because I think, isn't it only illegal to marry like up to your second cousin? But anything after the second cousin is okay. So if you got to go back 18 generations on the fucking family tree, I'm still going to marry him. Y'all might think it's gross, but ain't no fucking DNA being shared. What the fuck? The family all laughed it off, but the whole thing left me feeling unsettled. I'm not sure why she's so obsessed with this narrative, but she even started calling us the twins in front of other people, which made me feel super uncomfortable. I've talked to Daniel about it a few times. He says that I'm overthinking it and that Valerie is just trying to get under my skin. So Daniel's not shutting it down. That's why you're canceling your wedding. Not because she's making these comments, but because your fiance is not defending you. That's why you're doing it. I feel like Valerie is intentionally trying to paint us as siblings to make me feel uncomfortable and to undermine our relationship. It's really starting to mess with my head. We were supposed to get married in a few months, but now I'm seriously considering calling it off. I don't know if I can marry into a family that has this kind of weird, toxic dynamic. I don't want to feel like a part of this twisted narrative that's being forced on us. Daniel says I'm letting Valerie win by even thinking about this, but it's messing with my head so much that I don't know if I can go through with it. So am I the asshole for thinking of calling off my wedding because of Valerie's insistence that Daniel and I are siblings? Should I just brush it off like Daniel wants me to? Or is this a sign that something deeper is wrong here? That there is something deeper that's wrong here. Because your future husband's stepmother. Isn't it stepmother? Yes, stepmother is being absolutely disrespectful and rude to your relationship, and he's not doing anything to shut it down. There is a bigger issue here. That's the bigger issue, because you are expressing to the man that you are planning to spend the rest of your life with. You are expressing to him that what is happening, the treatment that you're facing, makes you uncomfortable. And instead of him going out of his way to right all the wrongs towards his future wife, he's telling you that you're overreacting and she's just like that. That's not how this works. I wouldn't want to marry into a family that does no shit like this either. Not at all. Because the men in this family are punks, clearly. Like, they're punks. Their balls haven't dropped. Like, I have no respect for a man that cannot defend his wife, cannot defend his girlfriend. If you are not going to defend your partner, you should stay single. Because your partner does not have to deal with that shit. Absolutely not. There's 2 edits that OP made. So, edit 1. Just to clarify, we're definitely not siblings or related in any way, shape, or form. Valerie has no evidence or reason to even believe this. It's just her weird fixation. Also, Daniel and I are both adamant about not being related in any way. We've been to family gatherings, and no one in the family has mentioned this before. But Valerie is definitely the only one who keeps pushing this narrative. Edit 2. For those who are saying that I shouldn't let this ruin my marriage, something that I forgot to add in this post is that she brings it up constantly. Family group chats, social situations, and even in front of the children in the family. In public, when she brings this up, me and my fiance get weird looks. Even the children in the family have been asking me if me and Daniel are actually brother and sister or not, which I have to explain to a child that it's just a family humor. Well, explaining to a child that family humor doesn't really cut it. I've tried avoiding her, but Daniel's father claims it's me being sensitive and cruel, but I've actually lost sleep over this. Daniel told me a few days ago to just ignore it, and it's just a funny joke. But if no one's fucking laughing, it's not funny. But when you become the butt of the joke, it's not really funny anymore. His stepmother has even met my family and questioned them about whether they had any distant family when they were looking at my wedding dress. To me, that's where it went too far. I love my fiance with every fiber of my being, but he isn't defending me at all when I tell him that bringing up the fact that me and my husband could be in an incestuous relationship makes me uncomfortable. I feel completely alone on this, and I don't want to think about ruining our soon-to-be marriage, but I have to consider it. Will I ultimately choose that? No, but I don't know if I want to be with someone who completely undermines my feels for the sake of his mom or stepmom, who ultimately does not have his nor my best interest at heart. I'll bring this up to him again later today or at a later date. Then I'll keep you all updated. Okay, I see your comment saying just tell her to stop, but let's be realistic. Let's be realistic, because in a perfect world, that would absolutely work. But this woman is going out of her way to bring this up at every fucking opportunity. Do you think asking her to stop is going to work? Like, let's be realistic. Do you truly think asking her to stop is going to fix everything? This man doesn't support his fiance. And I'm glad that she sees that and she's questioning that. She's questioning that if he's not going to support me now, what's the purpose of us getting married? And I absolutely love that, because I can love you to the ends of the earth and back. But when it comes to a situation where someone is making me uncomfortable and I tell you that it's making me uncomfortable, you have to make a decision. You're going to stand by me, the family you are choosing to build, or you're going to stand with your family. And you can't have it both ways. You can't. You cannot have it both ways. He has to make a fucking decision. And it seems to me like he's already made it. He's already fucking made a decision. Okay, we've got one more edit. One more edit. A lot of you guys have a point. I don't think my fiance is a red flag, though. Of course you don't. I'm assuming that this is just how he and his family joke with each other. It doesn't fucking matter. If you and your family make dark humor jokes and you guys all find that shit fucking funny, more power to you. That's great. If you guys make incestuous jokes and everyone in the family finds it fucking funny, great. More power to you. The moment you involve somebody else in one of your jokes and they don't find it fucking funny, you need to apologize. It does not matter that this is how you do things all the time. This person does not like being the butt of the joke. So the joke should fucking stop. That's it and that's all. You being like this doesn't make a fucking difference. You doing this all the time doesn't make a fucking difference. If this one time, if I've laughed at every other fucking joke you have ever made in my presence, if this time I am offended, that joke does not need to be made anymore. I don't see what's so fucking hard about it. It doesn't matter that this is just how they are. No. I'm assuming this is just how he and his family joke with each other. And since I'm not really the joking type, maybe I just don't understand it. But you are one of the most understanding comment section, which is a lot because others are not. They just don't see how this has affected me and strained my relationship with my soon-to-be family. I've tried cutting off my mother-in-law, but my fiance and his father convinced me not to. And so it feels like I simply just can't win in this situation because you're not choosing to win. It's clear as day that you cannot have your cake and eat it too. And that's exactly what you're trying to achieve. It's not going to work. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You are not going to be able to stay in this relationship with your fiance and get his mother to shut the fuck up. You're not. You're not. And that's what you're hoping. You're hoping for some Hail Mary to come through and him to wake up and automatically feel the same way you do. That's not how it works. You are not going to get everything that you want. Now it's time for you to make a difficult decision. Do you want to be fucking miserable, being the butt of these people's joke for the rest of your life? Or do you want to be sad for a little bit of time because you had to distance yourself from people who could not give a fuck about your feelings? You have to make a decision. You can't rely on anybody else to fix this for you. You have to do this yourself. And whatever you do, it's going to hurt. You just have to decide what pain you want to deal with. That's it. You just have to decide it. Absolutely not. All right, I'm going. We're going to finish. I text my fiance about this post in the comments. He told me that if I bring it up again, he's going to remove me from the family group chat entirely. I feel as though he's mad at me, which I may be overreacting, but I'm not really the confrontational type, and he knows that, and it's his family. Since I am his soon-to-be wife, he should be understanding of that and my boundaries, but he shuts me down every time. And I feel like I'm the asshole now for making it such a big deal. He wants me to apologize to his family for the sake of peace. The one who hasn't done anything wrong. You've done nothing wrong. You haven't even confronted them about this, but he wants you to apologize to keep the peace. What are you apologizing for? Like, normally it's they want me to apologize for storming out of the dinner. They want me to apologize for ruining Christmas because I walked out or because I didn't wrap my presents. But this time, literally, what are you going to apologize for? I'm so sorry that I don't stand here and allow you to accuse me of fucking my brother and then marrying him. I'm so sorry. No, it's so rude of me. I shouldn't do that. Like, what? Literally, What are you going to apologize for? How was that apology going to come out in words? What are you going to say? Because you don't even know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck you're apologizing for. No, He wants me to just go along with it for the sake of good fun. But doing that makes me feel like I'm pushing aside my own feelings of the matter for the sake of a weird joke that my mother-in-law made. Should I apologize or should I stand my ground? It feels like the latter to me. It feels like you have already gotten all the answer that you're going to get, but you don't want to accept them. So you're just continuing to ask the same question over and over again. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Ma'am, you are insane. You are allowing your future husband and his family to drive you insane. You are asking the same questions over and over and over again, and you are expecting people to give you a different answer. All the answers that you've been given, you've answered them. You've spoken about them in all of the edits that you made. People have told you your boyfriend, your fiance is a red flag. I don't think he's a red flag. I really just think this is how they joke. You don't want the truth. You don't want the truth. You want someone to tell you, no, marry him. Marry him. It'll change. Things will get better. They'll get better. 5 years from now, we're going to see a post from OP explaining about how she married her fiance and his mother kept saying that they were married or that they were siblings, and how now things are going to be fucking terrible, and how now the mother-in-law's mad because she doesn't want to name the child after her, and her husband is upset because she doesn't want to name the child after her. It's going to be a whole fucking lot. A whole fucking lot. All right, my love muffins. I gotta go. You guys have a great day. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye, you guys.